My thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2. It's an incredible game. The game was developed and made by Rockstar Games and Rockstar North, which is really the same company. Red Dead Redemption is an open world free roam and role playing game. It is primarily played as a third person view. It can be played as a first person view. I recommend not because you can get a headache from that, and it really limits your ability to actually experience it on like if you're going on the open road, you can really not see a lot of things as you could see from third person view. So I just prefer playing it in third person. That's just my preference. You're playing as Arthur Morgan, who is a main character in the video game, practically the only character that you can play. You can play John Marston in the prologue of the game, which is not really what I'm talking about. I'm just going to talk about the main story of the game, my thoughts on it. So, the summary of this game is it focuses on Arthur Morgan and the Dutch Vanderlyn game. They are running from the law after a failed robbery gone wrong in Blackwater. So as you are playing this game, you are sort of seeing the downfall of the game, and you kind of see like how there's like these, in society, we well, you just sort of see like the fall of the game really. So throughout the game, you have like this honor system which they had in the first game. So the honor system is basically the choices that you can make toward non-playable characters in the game, and also how you respond to other people. Like if you respond negatively or positively, it can have a great impact throughout your gameplay. Like if you are good throughout the gameplay, you're gonna have a good ending, and people are they're gonna respect you a little bit more because you have a high honor. Now, whereas if you have a low honor, people will treat you differently, think you don't have good honor, and you're not really respected. You're a bad guy because you've been making bad decisions throughout the game. How I feel about the honor system, I think it really goes with the game because the main gist of the game is really redemption. Arthur is sort of seeing how the game that he's in is no different than the society that he is trying to run from. So I just feel like this game is big, massive, because there's so many different elements that I can talk about. And one element that I will focus on is the hidden cutscenes that are throughout the game. They're very hard to find. By the way, I played this game 4 times and I'm still finding new hidden cutscenes in the game. One is where you are talking to this boy on the river and you give him advice. So you want to give him good advice. I mean, you want to give him good advice because you're trying to be a good person in your playthrough. But when you go back later, like in the prologue, and you play as John Marston, and you go back to that river and find the same guy, you see that the positive advice that you gave him was not right because his life went downhill based off that good advice you gave him. So it kind of just makes you want to go back and replay it and give him bad advice. That way his life won't be ruined. Because we literally ruined the guy's life from giving him good advice. Isn't that crazy? You can also find hidden treasures in the game as well. There's this one treasure that is somewhere up in the north part of the map. So it's a train that we failed and there's loot inside the train. I found this through many other people's videos, from like hidden treasure videos, and it was very difficult to find it and get inside of the train. Like it took me 2 days to get inside the train and get the gold. And then after that 2 days, I went back on my third playthrough and I found an easier way to get in. And I was kind of mad at that point. Wow, I could have went this way instead of going the long and difficult way. But I mean, that's just what the game is really about. Just you exploring and finding hidden treasures, hidden cutscenes, and also going through stranger missions that are honestly fun and interesting, to play. But overall, the game itself, amazing game. Amazing graphics. The graphics in the game are amazing. The facial recognition in the game, it is really impressive work by the company. And the story, it's very interesting. It gets you really excited to play. Like, it's not like most games, the story in the beginning is good. Then throughout the game, it gets really repetitive and boring and laid back. The ending is good, but the actual story in the middle of the game is not that great. This game, the story is amazing throughout. There's so many secrets, so many surprises and stuff, and there's so many things that you predicted would happen. Also is it's very sad because you really just watching the downhill of the game in the game. It was just hard to watch, like especially after like the third playthrough because you already know what happens. It's very hard and sad to watch because you're seeing Arthur, he really does care about, his these people, and he's seeing that the reality of it. It's little like a division between the group, and it's just really, really sad. I really felt Arthur's pain. And then more sad is that he doesn't make it in the end. And then the horse seat at the end of it, John and Arthur was running away from the law and their horses got shot. And he was just comforting his horse as it died. I cried. I really did. I tried to hold in my tears because I was like, I am playing a game. I need to stay focused. So overall, love the game. Love the many hidden cutscenes. Love that you could find hidden treasures inside the game. And again, I played this game 4 times and I'm still finding new things about it to this day. I'm going through my 4th playthrough and I'm still finding little stuff that I didn't see in the game. And there's also stranger missions that I have not played yet that I'm trying to activate. You have to activate it based off the chapters, but really good game. Good graphics, good story, good playthrough, smooth introductions, so it's not too much of a hassle. In the beginning, a lot of people complained about the intro because it was more like a tutorial, but I mean, that's the whole point. Get you a tutorial of the game so that when you're actually playing it, you can already know the basics of the video game. If you're playing Red Dead Redemption, I advise you to really find those hidden Easter eggs and hidden treasures. It's really an easy way to make money in the game, and it is hard to keep money and make money. Red Dead Redemption 2, by far, the best game Rockstar has ever created so far. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit that like button. Bye.